All right, my people, blessings be multiplied upon you nicely. I trust that you are having a great time by the grace of the Lord and that you've had a great week. We are so happy that you have invited us into your space. This is the Marriage and More program coming to you live from the studios of Faith FM 97.1, or you can find us on faithfmonline.com, or you can join us on our YouTube page, the Marriage and More program. And remember to share it with someone. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you will always know when we are online. I'm your host, Dr. Nanton, and with me as usual is my beloved wife. So just before she greet you, let me greet all the folks that are here on Country St. Martin, those of you who are within the region, and those of you who are internationally. We are delighted to be with you. Welcome to the Marriage and More program. My dear wife, greet the people.
Good afternoon, dearly beloved. It's so good to be with you here again today. Last week we were on, but we got disconnected somewhat. We got interrupted. I think it was the internet.
Yeah.
But we are back again today, and it's so good to always listen. We look forward for the Tuesday spending this hour with you right here on Faith FM. So we thank you for being present and for joining us. All right, so God bless you. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Amen. Amen. Before we go into the program, we want to thank the community of St. Martin for your overwhelming support for the march, which announces the celebration of the New Testament Baptist Church's 70th anniversary. Your presence meant a whole lot, and we truly appreciate it. All the varying ministries, Brother Bless and his wife, is City of Refuge, I think of that. House of Restoration.
No, something about refuge. House of Refuge. But Brother
Bless and his wife. Brother Bless, if you're listening, you probably could mess one of us, let me know. But we thank you so much for showing up. Yeah. House of Restoration, Christ Transformed, Global
Life.
Ministries, Bread of Life.
Pastor Mary Smith, I can't remember the name of her congregation.
Yeah.
Something Lighthouse, I can't remember.
Yes.
But yeah, Pastor Mary
Apostle
Smith.
Yeah. And we had persons from
Good News as well.
Good News and
we
Christ
had persons from the French side.
And we had Pastor Vincent Gums.
Yes, and we had Solid Rock Assembly.
Assembly.
A couple of ministries.
We had a couple of ministries that was there. Thank you so much. We really Church of God.
New Testament Church of
God.
French side and Phillipsburg. French Quarter and Phillipsburg.
Yes.
Yeah.
We really appreciate your presence, and we just want to say thank you so much for showing up and celebrating with us at the New Testament Baptist Church. Mm-hmm. I want to thank all the members of the New Testament Baptist Church. Oh man, I'm so thankful for the congregation that we lead. Thank you so much. You have made this march what it is. All the planning, whatever part you play, we really appreciate the effort that we put in, and we are thankful for your contribution. Let me thank the Ministry of Justice, the Ministry of General Affairs, VROMI, the police officers, the Red Cross, and the Songtime Light and Song. I really want to thank you guys so much for your contribution. And of course, I have to really thank Brother Oswin, Minister Oswin. Oh man, God bless you nicely. Mm-hmm. God bless you nicely. You really contributed heavily to our success. Thank you. So again, if I miss anybody, we're just saying thank you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. We have some media centers right here. Faith FM. Thank God for Faith FM. Want to thank Interact Live Stream, Brother Jeffrey, he live streamed us, and TV Carib for broadcasting us live. Really appreciate it. So thank you so much, man. Tremendous appreciation for your contribution. I want to thank Minister Sandra on the Wind of Change of Maranatha for accommodating us, sharing about the march. Really appreciate it. And we had some tourists. we have to thank God for our tourists who just come
Yes,
and
just the
support the t-shirts.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we still have a few more
absolutely.
t-shirts. If you want to get, you can have your t-shirts.
Yeah, because we will definitely be using them in September.
In September,
Yeah,
yes.
for the anniversary.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
for the grand celebration, yeah.
So we just come to say thank you for your contribution and your support. All right. Now, last week we started a very interesting conversation, but the internet was not in our favor. So unfortunately, we were disrupted, and it affected the program. So today, today we are going to continue. So I saw Celia said, can we get a part 2, please? I think that is the march. Most definitely we can have a part 2. Trust me. Most definitely. And you know what is true, my dear wife? The community of St. Martin, persons who were not even present, they express their appreciation and request that we do things of this more often. We've done it before and we've had that, and now we are having the similar sentiments being expressed, that persons will want to know that the church can do things like this more often. So by the grace of God, we hope to repeat, and we can come again, have a praise and worship throughout the streets of Phillipsburg, where we circle the city with praise. So keep your ears attuned. We're going to be having a lot coming up for the New Testament Baptist Church in September. We're going to be letting you know about all the different things that we have coming up. All right. Okay, love.
Yes, please.
Talk to us. Last week we had a conversation, a serious conversation last week. And I know all the single people were enjoying that conversation. And unfortunately, the internet decided to gallop, interrupt, disrupt, disconnect our conversation. So today, what we are going to do today, we are going to repeat the program so that you don't miss anything. All right? I think that we had about 24 minutes in, and then everything went after that. So we're going to repeat the program, and we're going to talk to you about, how you go about choosing a partner. Because I think that is important.
Yeah.
When entering in, in St. Vincent, when we are doing a marriage, a wedding, we will normally let persons know this is one of the most important decisions you're going to make in your life. Every decision is not that they're not important, but you're not going to get away from the choice of marriage once you make it. Okay? Even after persons who may have divorced, there are some decisions you really have to take time to enter in. So part of the marital vow, we say it is not one to enter into lightly, which means you have to take time to think about the choice of your marital spouse. And sometimes we don't always do that because we become so emotional. We have been speaking about attraction for the past, I think,
about 4 to 5 weeks we did.
Yeah, we speak about it for quite some time.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that appeals more to the emotional aspect of us. And then you find that out of that emotion now, we may make a choice because we may see something physical before us.
Yeah.
We may see something, we may connect with a person in terms of their ability to dress, outside of the physical features. Some people just love dressing and so forth. And then we realize we are living with more than just an attraction. All right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about it for a while, my dear wife. Let's talk about it for a while, because one of the biggest decisions in life is not just getting married, but who.
And staying married, getting married is one thing. Staying married to the same...
You know why I pause? Who you choose to marry to.
Yes. That's absolutely important.
It's
who
not
you choose
just
to marry
getting married.
To decide whether or not you're going to stay married. I believe that.
Yes. Let me throw some broad thing out first, and then we'll talk about things. Sometimes when you sit with persons, they don't often think that the person that they are marrying will be the husband, the father, of their children.
Good, yes.
The mother of their children. Sometimes people don't think about that, you know. They just see the person, they love the person, but they're not thinking, wait now, this is the person that is going to father my children. This is the person that is going to mother my children. Do I want them as a parent?
What kind of parent are they going to be? Because based too also on how they were parented when they were a child is more than likely how they are going to parent.
How they're going to parent.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to try to fill that void.
Yeah. So it is important. True. Listen, we established, and I'm going to repeat it again, that choosing a spouse is of choosing wisely when you're getting married is what I would want to say. And we have our before we go to my dear husband, we want our listeners to know that at some point they can call.
Oh yes.
Yeah. If for wherever you are listening, be it on via YouTube, you are listening to us via Faith FM, Lord, Praise FM still in my head after 20 years of living.
That's a Vincent station.
Yeah, Faith FM. We are here. When you are ready, you be sure that you can
call the number. You have it written.
Yeah, you are welcome. You are welcome to give us a call at some point. All right.
Number.
I don't have a number. Uncle
yes,
Peter,
you have it in a book.
This is a different book.
Women change their book like they change their handbag and their shoes, you know. That's why you're confusing us, you know.
There's a different book. I have like 3 books that I use for this program. So I take the one that's readily at hand from time to time.
Uncle Peter, give it
553-2484.
553-2484. Auntie, don't change your book on top of us now.
Yes, Uncle.
553-2484. That number to stick in my head.
Yes.
553-2484 is a number to call at any point you wish to share and give your thoughts. The lines are open. We are on air, live in the studios of Faith FM.
Amen.
Now you were saying.
Yes, so I was saying, you know, a lot of us, most of us, especially for the Christian singles, maybe not all, but the majority of our young people who are saved, they are desirous of getting married. And sometimes the mistake, sometimes that we make, I'm not sure if I want to call it a mistake, but what happens sometimes is that when you get saved, a lot of times one of the questions that is usually asked is, okay, so you're a Christian now, so when you're getting married? Because when you get saved,
go ahead.
Yeah, because when you get saved, the next thing people expect is that you would get married. You understand me? And so then you would generally find them asking that question. Okay, so when are you going to get married? It's a good question, and I'm certain that the majority of them would want to get married. But sometimes, my dear husband, the answer would be, especially for the females, because the men don't have a problem. But especially for the females, their response most likely is going to be this. Men see no man in the church.
Oh gosh.
There ain't no man in the church. And sometimes I remember my dear husband, when I had gotten saved, somebody asked me, so that mean you're getting married just now? And my response was, to who? No man in there in the church that I see that I like.
She wasn't looking at the drums area. When she comes, she was only looking at the worship team.
I wasn't looking anywhere.
She wasn't looking at the drums area. So I was on the drums, and then the bass man used to stand up right there, so he used to block me out.
Yeah.
I had to make myself visible. All right, continue, woman.
Yeah. So, Uncle Peter like thing now. Yeah, so that was the question, and that was my response. But who am I going to get married to? Because the truth is, when I got saved, I was just tired of life. And when I say tired of life, I mean suicidal. I just wanted something different, you know, and I just serve the Lord. I just went and just give my heart to the Lord, and that was it for me. I was satisfied, you know. So you go in, you function in here, you doing this in church, you clean in the bathroom, you clean in the floor, you sweep in the yard, so on and so forth. So you're there, you're not looking, you know, you're not really thinking.
Let me interpret that now. That is a piece of tongue that need interpretation. So when you have on glasses and the glasses get dirty, you have to clean the glasses. And the problem is, when the time she come to the Lord, the glasses needed to be clean. And she didn't clean the glasses. So Brother Nanton come now, And Brother Nanton said, let me clean the glasses. And then when she put it on, she said, oh my God, choco, 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 look at it.
Hey, like a story now.
Wait!
Yeah. But that is the thing, you know. So so then like I was saying, that was my response. Okay, to make a long story short, yes, I didn't know that my husband was there at the time, but you see where we are now, going on 22 years. But I'm saying, you know, generally you would find people asking us that. And a lot of times the sisters would have a problem because a lot of guys, a lot of the young men, they're just here, they're never on the streets. You don't really find them in church. But at the same time now, for the ones that maybe, or for the ones that are in church now, you don't hear very often young people are being encouraged to get married. And even with that, my dear friend, the moment they start to get married, everybody, Uncle Peter, catch a fire. Because the next thing they're thinking, they're going to mess up. They're fornicating. No, they're not trying to see how they could pull them into themselves and try to guide them along the way. Or sometimes it's either they're thinking they're fornicating, or they're thinking, oh, they're only getting married, they want to get married because they want to have sex, or they're thinking, oh, they ain't gonna last. Or there's always some negative concept going on a lot of times.
It is sad, you know.
It is sad. We are the ones in the church that should be happily encouraging our young people to get married. But instead, we are just pushing them away with negative comments and dealing with them funny, looking at them funny. It's
hey, that reality is a sad reality.
It is. It really is.
For the foundation and pillar of marriage, boy, we live in it sad. And I think that we need to change that culture. Mm-hmm. You know, we don't give grounds for persons to properly date and all that kind of stuff. All this suspicion and forgive the motorbike that just passed there. All this suspicious suspicion that we bring, and then the judgment and the condemnation. Mm-hmm. Boy, listen, we gotta change that.
We have to.
My people, we have to change that reality within the church, because if there's any place that's supposed to promote a relationship and marriage, it is the church.
Yeah.
It's the church. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, but let me speak to something that is very important, my dear wife. Mm-hmm. And the last time we started the program, I started out with this. Mm-hmm. I just chose to start a little different today. But I started out with this. A lot of times, sometimes persons, they might look for somebody who is in church. Mm-hmm. But sometimes they don't look for the quality of that person being in the church.
Right.
Sometimes, though, I think people forget that Satan come to church too. Mm-hmm. And so they might connect with somebody and they have expectation that the person might not be a reality in the person's life.
Right.
The other aspect is, a person, just because they get saved doesn't mean, and they might be truly saved now, this is in the positive part, the person might truly be saved. Mm-hmm. But the problem is they haven't dealt with the impact of life upon them.
Right.
And so you find that people are there and they're loving the Lord, but they have a difficulty expressing their faith in a loving way in their relationship or their marriage. Mm-hmm. And so the spouse can turn to them and say, but you say you are a Christian. Listen, be very careful how you use that term. You say you are a Christian and look at how you're behaving. Mm-hmm. Look at how you're treating me. Mm-hmm. We forget that people come to church with issues.
Yeah.
The Bible says that God heals the broken in heart. Mm-hmm. And that's a powerful statement. God himself is recognizing that a person can be there with a heart that is damaged.
Yeah.
And the relationship or the marital relationship is a serious exposure. I always quote this African preacher, Reverend Funke, when she says, if love is blind, then marriage is the eye-opener. Mm-hmm. Marriage exposes us.
Big time.
Marriage reveals us.
Big time.
Marriage would highlight things that other relationships don't. Mm-hmm. So, really get it proper. A person might they might even maintain a friendship. They might maintain casual relationships within the church. But the depth of the issue that person might be dealing with will more than likely be revealed when you get married. Mm-hmm. So when you find a person that might truly be saved, you have to also be cognizant that they are coming with issues.
Baggages. Yep.
Baggages.
Yep.
And those baggages, they might not be manifesting in a way or in alignment with the faith that we live. So be very careful and conscious of that, because sometimes marriages are broken. That a person comes, they say, that motorbike needed dump. Trust me. A person might come and they can mash up the relationship because they expect that because you are saved, they expect you to be perfect.
Yeah.
Or they're looking for that full Christ-like manifestation,
Right.
and it don't always happen. So you have to be very careful with that, my people. When you do connect within the church, that you are marrying a human being. Okay? And human beings are imperfect.
Yep.
And you are going to get human behavior in the context of your marriage as well. So I wanted to throw that in so that persons can understand those dynamics within the church. That sometimes you come to church, you're looking, and this goes both male and female.
Yeah.
You get a person there, but you don't always check the salvation aspect. The person might speak languages that sound like faith, they don't represent it. And then you might get somebody who they have issues that they haven't resolved.
And yes, and then with that also too, sometimes one of the mistakes that's made oftentimes is that you grow up in church, your parents are saved, and they grow up in church. They grow up in church, not in Christ. They grow up in church. Then so sometimes you would hear them. Let's say you might ask, "So you saved?" Yes, I am, but not saved in the sense of giving themselves solely, completely over to Christ.
Yeah.
Saved in the sense of they grow up with their parents going to church and they just automatically get into the church system.
Yeah.
Yeah, you understand me? But not necessarily in Christ. And sometimes somebody would be like, "Oh yeah, he good. Oh yeah, she good. She been going church all the life with her parents. Since she born, they grew up in church, and that's all they know."
Yeah.
But really and truly, there's not
a conversion.
There's no exactly. You understand me? So sometimes, and it is good to have expectations. Nothing is wrong with expectations. You must know what, I think we mentioned this last week. You must know what qualities you want in a spouse.
Yeah.
And of course, if you are saved, I mean, it's not that saved people don't have issues, but according to the Bible, we be equally yoked. Equally yoked. So
you have to be. You make sure that the person is the same faith wavelength like you.
Right.
Because if you carry in different faith, you're going to have problems that you didn't bargain
is
for.
going to come in there.
And the problem can be as simple as which church you attend, what day you attend service. So that's very important. We're not saying to throw away that aspect.
No, that's absolutely important.
We're just saying that in that you have to consider that the psychological, emotional effect of life on person and how that can affect person's functioning. But having that same faith, even within Christendom.
Yeah.
Okay? I've seen persons who one worship on Saturday, one worship on Monday, big problem. Big problem. Then you have evangelism in your house because one trying to get the other one saved. You understand? They're trying to convert each other.
Because according to their religion, because you worship on a Sunday or because you worship on the Saturday,
you're wrong.
You're not saved.
Exactly.
You understand me? So I was reading something, my dears, about 2 weeks ago with this young lady. She is, I think it was, she's one religion and her husband to be is another. And they are talking about children and so on. And he's telling her, in no way when they get married and they have children, that she would be taking his children to her church. And she's like, but I would love to. And then, so she's asking persons what's their opinion on getting married to somebody like this. And everybody's like, run!
Yeah, you're looking for trouble, boy.
He's already telling you out front, no. So that means he don't believe your religion is God. Jesus Christ. You understand? So those are things, for those of you considering marriage,
that you have to think about.
That you want to think about, because it can be really, really, really problematic. And love is not enough to cover this multitude here.
Oh, yes. We're going to talk about that in a while.
Go ahead.
The Winslows did a comedy. A Catholic and a Pentecostal get married. A wonderful comedy they did. As humorous as it is, it's a reality. At midnight, the wife get up, boy, she start to speak in tongues and she's speaking loud and she ascending to realms and heights and so forth, and the man sleeping and the woman get up shabba Tesla, Honda, Toyota, and when she start to shout, she wake up the man out of his sleep. Big problem.
Craziness, man.
As humorous as it is a reality.
Yes.
Because one believe that if you talk loud, then you're praying, and the other one believe in quietness. You have to be quiet, solemn.
Yes.
Okay? So the man, he said to her, you Pentecostal, you think God is deaf. and she said to her husband, you lack power. You don't know how to ascend to realms. You sleep too much. Then they make a child and the baby dedication now. Where should the child be dedicated? And for her, the child have to be dedicated a Pentecostal.
Yes,
for
right.
him, the child have to be dedicated a Catholic. So you have to be very, very careful that when you are really connected with persons, that these things don't become dividing factors.
Yeah.
There are very few persons who have lived maturely, where one is, let me use the same scenario, a Catholic and the other one is a Pentecostal, and they respect each other and don't bring that
That's
as a
right.
dividing factor in their marriage. Very, very few.
Very.
Most people, our religion is very close to us. So do not fool yourself into thinking you may not have serious problem along the emotional line. But in your crease, lest you lose your middle stump.
Except you already decide that when you get married, you are going here. Except you don't decide.
And
you
still
both
let
have
us
that
bring-
conversation.
still let us bring
and you
confusion in
decide
some
that-
marriages.
Yeah, because
Some people
you're going
agree.
to get in and you realize.
Yeah, some people agree and then they say, yeah, but you're not praying, you're not this, you're not... Problem. The best thing is back in your crease.
Yeah. And don't tell yourself, oh, when we get in there, we'll fix it.
Oh, boy.
When we get there, because there are some people who do that now, my dear husband.
Oh.
They would see all the red flags there now, but they so want to be married. They completely ignore everything and wait
Everything.
until they get into the marriage to fix it. Listen, to all our listeners, don't fool yourself for that now.
You put yourself in problem.
Don't do that. Don't think you can fix it when you get in there.
And there's a biblical verse for that, you know.
Go ahead,
The
what's
Bible in the book of Corinthians tells us that. What thinkest thou, O man, whether thou shalt convert thy woman,
Thy wife.
thy wife? And what thinkest thou, O woman, whether thou shalt convert thy husband? That's the King James Version. He said, what do you think? He said, you think you're going to change them?
No, you can't. No, you can't.
No, you have to
you can't.
decide.
Yeah.
Okay?
So now that you are single, you have because there are persons, my dear husband, who are married and they were like sometimes they wish that they could they wish that they had made better different choices because they realize why this thing ain't going how I expected because he saved, I saved. Why are we still arguing about church? Why are we still arguing about whether or not it's okay to have sex on a Saturday night before I go worship on Sunday morning or something of the sort? Yeah. The arguments are still there, you know.
Yeah.
But then our choice of, I don't know if I should use the word religion, but that is an absolute important.
It's a big
aspect.
factor.
But then
when you're getting married as a person that is in Christ, it is an important factor. Don't neglect
Yes,
it.
it
It's not the
is.
sole factor, but it is an important
It is
factor.
one of the very important things. And then along with that now remember we are just going over or repeating our last week's program because we were interrupted by the internet.
Yeah.
So you may hear things that we would have mentioned before. You understand me? But let your friends and your families know that we are here on Faith FM. Send them the link there.
97.1. If you're listening to us, call somebody, let them know.
Especially your single people.
FaithFMOnline.com. You know the single always say we don't bring nothing. We bring in something for you.
Exactly.
This whole program is yours.
Yes.
And I'm certain it's going to benefit persons who are also married because we're going to talk about some stuff that will benefit the married folks and so forth.
Yeah.
Now, we don't hope to put nobody in regret. We don't hope to stir up any ill emotions.
No.
Our hope is always to guide, to enrich, to enhance,
restore,
to correct if need be. Okay? But we do understand that sometimes by expressing certain things, it can bring, it can put you in some very negative emotion, because when you start to think about things that you should have thought about before marriage, you say, bye, pastor, I wish I didn't think about that. And then you have people say, bye, when I never married this woman, if I think about that, I would. We don't want that.
Yeah.
You don't married, let me get you going.
Exactly.
This is for the single people, but it's going to benefit. If it highlight things, then you need to know how to go about working on it. All right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you where to go. Is Julian says so?
She always.
Now, I'm going to, let me read some quotes and then we'll discuss them.
Go
okay?
ahead.
Many people focus on love, attraction, and emotions. And those things are real, but they are not enough to build a lasting marriage.
Right.
Hey! Feelings, and I remember you commented on this heavy last week. Sorry. Feelings can start a relationship, but wisdom sustains it.
Yes, sir.
You went off on that. You want to comment?
Go ahead with the others.
No, we have to go down one by one.
Feelings can, okay, but
Many people focus on love, attraction,
and emotions.
emotions. And those things are real, but they are not enough to build a lasting marriage.
True, because you don't always feel love. You don't always see things that may look attractive, and your emotions are not always stable. You understand me? So to just think that, let me read this statement again. Many people focus on love, attraction, and emotions, and those things are real, but they are not enough to build a marriage. No, they are not.
A lasting marriage. Know that word, lasting marriage.
Right. And I agree again with that statement, absolutely, because like I mentioned last week, you have to also consider character. What is the person like? Who is that person outside of your presence? When that person is in Japan and you are in St. Vincent, when that person is in St. Martin and you are in Grenada, when they are at home and you are at work, and vice versa. What kind of person are they? Who? What attributes? What are they displaying? What character do they have? You understand me? So of course you need more than attraction. I mean, those things are good. You need them, because I certainly wasn't going to marry an ugly man.
I'm going to put on my glasses now,
No, I mean, I'm not ugly. I look good. Why do I want an ugly husband, Uncle Peter?
That woman just shut me up. Nobody ugly, man.
We have ugly people in the world.
No.
Okay, not so good look. I was not going to marry.
You have people that are just more good looking than others.
Right. Yeah. So you need that. You want to marry some, and then some people just say, you know
You have
what?
to marry a kind.
Some people would say they rather look for some an ugly person, so nobody ain't going to want it.
Hey!
Don't fool yourself. The moment you think your spouse is ugly and you get married, I don't know. Marriage is just
Marriage
it
beautifies. If you ugly,
does.
quote unquote, I'm just using the words of others.
right.
If you are less beautiful than others, when you get married, you have come into the beautiful category. You have come into the handsome category. Marriage beautifies.
Yeah.
It makes you attractive. I think mostly the diamond, you know.
I think
Or the gold.
That is the blessing, the covenant, the blessing.
No, but truth, marriage does something to you.
Yes, it does.
Listen, I don't know,
It
boy.
transforms.
It really does transform you.
Yeah.
You see some people, they look raggedy, and the moment they get married, ooh, papa, you want to know, hey, all the make is get married. All of us see what I'm talking about. Anyhow.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm agreeing, you know, that it is important, you know, besides you want to be in love with your spouse, of course. You want to be attractive to your spouse. You want that. But at the same time, outside of that, look for other things. Look for character, like my husband mentioned earlier at the beginning of the program. Also, look at how they discipline. How do they deal with you? You understand?
Yeah.
When they're angry, when they get upset, how do they deal with you? You understand me? You and them driving, going somewhere, they open the car, go out my car. And they leave you to walk, going wherever. and they give you something, they go, give me back my thing. You understand? There are different things that you can look for. You understand me?
Let me see the comments there. 553-2484 is the number to call. Let me see the comments there. That comment section stands still. Listen, I don't think you're doing my comment section now. There was supposed to be movement.
No, but that's because they're listening attentively. All right, but for all our listeners, if you want to call and share, agree or disagree, it's okay to do that. You understand me? It's okay to do that. But
the lines are always open. 553-2484. For those of you listening to us overseas, the number to call is 721-553-2484.
Yes, my good sister Lisa. Welcome. Yes, so it is good. It is good. All those things are good. You understand? You want to know that your wife is beautiful. You know, when you go out, like your husband is handsome. When you go out, you know, not that all eyes sticking on them, but you know, they look good. They show up good and they represent you well. But outside of that, it takes so much more. Because I was also mentioning my dear husband, as you mentioned earlier, what do they believe in terms of discipline? You understand me? How do they treat you when they're upset? And I'm not just only talking for the woman. I'm talking for our brothers also, because we have some sisters, they're rude bad. They're really, really harsh, and they don't know how to speak to people. You understand me? And sometimes they have some ways. Women can be embarrassing at times. You don't want her to have a wife who is embarrassing you in the public, speaking to you any whole hour. She feel like there's much to consider when you're considering a spouse.
My love.
All right, our lines are open.
The lines are open. You can call us at any time. Now listen, we ain't done yet tonight. That was just one statement.
I know we ain't finished yet.
It says feelings can start a relationship, but wisdom sustains it.
Tell us.
Hey, you know, when you think about relationships, you can't help but go back. You see this dating phase? It's a nice phase, isn't it? It's a powerful phase. But you have to think about it before you get into it. Because here what happened, when you start to date, the brain ain't working like it should, you know. The hormones ain't going like it should at all. You do things and
everything
say
on
things.
A high.
Everything on a high. No. This is scientifically proven, you know.
I agree.
The emotions that come with that phase, it gives you an unrealistic view of a relationship. I think the scripture that says love covers a multitude of sin is most functional or applicable in that phase. You don't see no wrong at all. It's nothing the person do.
They see everything from the eyes of love.
Man, you are so full of love, you don't see nothing. You see?
Right.
And you have to be very careful of that, because then you can make bad decisions. You neglect certain vital information and you make bad decisions. And later on, your post-spouse might have to pay for it. We don't want that. We really don't want that. You have to be able to. Feelings may start a relationship, but it takes wisdom to sustain it. And that feeling part is something that we have to pay attention to, because most person enter the relationship on that merit. You make me feel like a natural woman. Woo! You've never felt that way before. You come home, you say, I
find the man of my dreams.
Oh my God.
I find the woman I'm going to marry.
Oh my God!
Everything is a feel. I just love how she make me feel. Something we sit there with her. I love how he make me feel. He always he put out the chair for me, and that's good. You know, he buy me champagne and donuts, and and that's good. You know, we are out every weekend. It really makes me feel good, and I like that.
And then later on, you hear the words.
But if I did
only. Oh my God! My people, listen. You have to be very careful. Feelings can start a relationship, but wisdom sustains it. The Bible tells us that every house is built by wisdom. understanding, keep it. There are other ingredients. There are other ingredients that you have to look for. You know, when persons would say, sometimes some people go extreme. And it's not always good that people speak when they are not so informed on topics, you know. Some persons sometimes they knock out the love factor. They say, you don't need love for marriage. You need it too.
Of course.
You need it. Understand that marriage is like a soup. You have to get all the ingredients to make sure it tastes good. So you need the love factor.
Of course.
You need the knowledge factor. You need the wisdom factor. When to apply what. We need to be informed. Otherwise, we're going to get problems.
Yep.
And it is important before you choose a partner that you understand the power of feelings. Emotions, feelings are real. You cannot neglect them. They often make us make decisions sometimes that are very bad. Poor choices. Because we get blind. The brain is not functioning.
Yep.
The analytical part of the brain is not functioning. It's shut off. We gone like in stress mode. And then we make decision uninformed. And then later on now, by the time you don't give so much of yourself, you start to live in regret, you live in damage, Lord God.
And some things are a little too late. Some things you just can't change after a while because But when we talking about wisdom, it takes wisdom to keep it. That wisdom would also include wisdom in how you communicate. You want to stress a little bit on that. Yeah.
Of course. You know, I often share with persons one of the study that was recommended and suggested with the communication line. And that study indicates that only 7% of the communication process is actually words. Which means there is a whole lot more to the communication process than words.
Right.
But most of the time we are culturally programmed to think of communication
by just
words. You know, you see people responding and one person say, yeah, but I tell you I love she. And the other one say, yeah, you think I'm stupid. Because why? The words are correct, but the tone of the word is what the person hear.
Right.
They say, oh, you love people so?
Yeah, just
you will love people
casual.
so? You just, I love you. God. You see that?
Try.
You see that? So the tone,
Right.
so one is arguing, I said I love you. The other one is arguing, me not stupid, because what they hear is different. So those are important aspects. How you communicate something, it's important to pay attention to it.
Yeah, my dear husband. And words can be felt, you know.
Oh,
People that say, how they say it? Sticks and stone can break my bone, but words are felt.
I know about people, sticks and stone can break my bone. Words just break your soul.
Yeah, words can be felt. So depending on how you say what you say, your spouse would know, or that person would know whether or not you are being ingenuine or whether you are genuine. You know, so it's
Yeah. So a few things that you were mentioning earlier, when you are choosing a spouse, you want to pay attention to things like character. We spoke about that almost every time in our program with character comes out. Values. Oh boy, I love this one. Values. Values. Hear the word. Value. Ooze. The things that are meaningful to you. The principles of life that you live by. So, one person, you could never come in the house with your shoe. The other person, you could just walk in. Why does one go in with the shoe and one don't? Well, to them it doesn't matter. But for the other person, you're bringing all the germs of the wall in the house. Big problem in the house. You have to be very careful. Values matter. The things that are dear to you, the morals that you live by, they are important. One person, they very social. They could hug, they come in a room, they hug every living soul. The other person, not so social. And when they see you start to hug, they start to cuss, this, that, and then you start to argue. It's just a hug for you. You have to be very careful. No. Get and understand. That's why you need to ask questions before you get married.
And I was gonna say that because a lot of times, when in your dating stage, when they're in that lovey-dovey, nice kind of feeling, kind of way.
You're blind.
Yeah, so they ain't talking values. Oh, where we going to live? How many children are we going to have? And you know, all them nice, those you might find them nice, loving, and sometimes they ain't even going there, just two of them at the moment, you know, feeling nice and talking nice. So sometimes even thinking values, sometimes they don't even cross person's mind.
Yeah.
That is later on, down in the marriage, after they have been married, maybe for a couple of years, and they settled, and when certain things start to go a particular ways, when they realize, but why you did that? But this is how I just do it. This is how I just do it. This is how I accustomed. This is how I am. This is how I grew up. Like, for instance, let's talk about oh Lord, I didn't even want to go down this dramatic place here because we're wrapping up just now. But you dating. You never discuss how you call all the word is polygamy. Yeah, let me use that for instance. You and your the husband, the spouse that person that you're going to marry may come from a home, a culture, a background where they believe in
multiple wives
or multiple husbands. You didn't discuss that in your dating.
Yeah.
You didn't discuss that, and you get married now and then you hear I don't want to say the man, so let me say the woman. Although most times it's going to be the man. Okay, but you know they consider what you think about what you others call it a threesome. What you think about this? And you think have the conversations and don't think, because sometimes
you know what in marriage in dating we take a lot of things for granted.
Too much.
Because we
too much.
The image that is painted before us, we think that is all that we're going to live with. Ask questions.
Yes, you have to.
It's very important.
You have to ask questions.
Mm-hmm. Now, my dear boy, before there's one other part, and then I'm going to put something strong on the table. Mm-hmm. And the direction in life. Mm-hmm. Directions in life. So character, values, and directions in life. Mm-hmm. You know, people sometimes are going into different direction. Mm-hmm. And sometimes in marriage, everybody trying to build their own kingdom.
Right.
It's problem. Mm-hmm. Your spouse, they think, you not support me. Mm-hmm. You are never there for me. You are never there with me. You are going to create ill emotions. So, for example, if your spouse wants to start a business and you are there and you give no support, no help, trust me, the emotional aspect of that marriage is going to lessen.
Yeah.
And listen, should the business take off and you start to see the benefits of that business, they might give initially, but anyhow argument come, you're in problem.
Mm-hmm. You will be reminded that you did not support.
Mm-hmm. You see? Mm-hmm. So, and that kind of support not just in business, but in any endeavor. Mm-hmm. It needs to be expressed. Don't come and say you were praying in the background. No. Yeah. No, because there are people that do it.
Yeah.
It needs to be expressed. Baby, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
You are doing it. It needs to be expressed.
And it is also okay to, my dear husband, to support your spouse. I mean, leaving yours. You ain't throwing away yourself, You ain't throwing away yourself. But let's say, for instance,
or prioritizing. Use a different word.
Right.
Prioritizing which progress might be necessary at what time.
Yes. You understand? You've said it correctly. You've said it correctly. Because let's say, for instance, you may be marrying a man, or you may marry a husband with a wife with a man, whichever way. You get married to somebody with an already existing business. You understand me? Be it Uncle Peter is doing radio. It may be TV. It may be a supermarket. It may be on the beach, selling, doing the beach chairs and so on and so forth. You come in and you meet them. They're already doing that. You understand me? See that this one is secure and settled, and support your spouse in this one. Wait until you bring it up to a certain level, and then if you want to branch off or have another branch and do something else. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's supposed to be important.
You go ahead and then after you would have helped your spouse with this one, they should be willing enough now to come on board with you and now help you to build whatever. That is if you
establish
want to
the communication early that, listen, so that we're going to make sure that this one come up and then we're going to raise up this one after.
Exactly.
Once we reach here, we're going to do that. Put a plan in place and then you move. Because no support. oh, you are playing with emotions. You actually playing with
Especially
fire.
if the support is coming from outside.
Yeah,
you can get it
you
outside.
watch me. Some jagaban will come now.
Jagaban.
Yeah, they're gonna come. And let me use the husband for example. They're gonna come and give the best support. And before you know it, because the direction in life is like a purpose. Before you know it, they start to fall for that person. And they start to feel things they've never felt before. And then they start coming home to you. It's problem.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it justifies it,
No,
but I'm
it's
saying
not.
it
It's not
happens.
justifiable. Yes, it
My
does.
duty is to bring certain realities. So I want you to be very mindful. Be mindful that you are going in the same direction in life, that you can support each other. On that note, let me bring this because I know we can't finish this with this question today. Okay? When you are choosing a spouse, you don't just simply ask whether you love the person. You want to ask, can I build a life with this person? Hey. Know what I say, ne? You don't simply want to ask whether you love the person. You want to ask, can I build a life?
Is that the same? Is that the same as asking if I can live with this person?
Well, you could ask it different if you want, But you're building a life. You want to become a team.
Right, yeah.
It's a partnership. Can I build a life with this person?
Hey.
That is a very important question because people go in and they say, me love them. And then they realize they can't build a life with the person. They're going in a different direction. They have different hopes, different dreams, different everything about them different.
Yeah.
Problem, real problem. So I want to inject that question into the minds of our people. You want to make sure you add certain questions to the love factor. Not just whether you love the person, but if you can build a life with them. I have seen, in my short time, I've seen persons who get married and quickly realize they can't build a life with this person.
Right.
And I'll tell you some of the things that come into play. They don't want to make a child with them.
Yeah. Hey.
Serious? They don't want to make a child with them. I've seen persons who, they may marry a person and swiftly realize they can't build a life with them. And let's say, let me use an analogy. They have a home now. That person is unwilling to do anything to upgrade the home.
Right.
You understand? Anything to make the physical structure proper because in their mind, I can't build a life with you. We can lose at any time. Or sometime in their mind, they're looking for a way out.
Oh, Lord.
They come to the position where in their mind, they feel like they make a bad choice. Because people don't stop to think about marriage before they get into it. So you want to ask the hard question, can I build a life with this person that I feel so much for?
That's a serious question. I'm thinking about the magnitude of the question, because the sad thing is, my dear husband, when you in there, let's say you get married, and when you get in there, you didn't ask yourself the question, but now when you get in there, and now you realize you can't build, you can't go anywhere, you can't move.
Yeah.
Because not even save, they want to save.
Exactly.
You know? You have no financial structure, no nothing.
Well, let's talk about the money for a little bit.
Okay, then.
Because now, you see, I'm spreading it out so people understand. We have persons sometimes,
Look here.
yeah, they get married, and then they haven't taken time to explore how the person deal with money. And money issues, in my view, I believe money is one of the top things that undermine a lot of things in marriage, because it touches every aspect of the marriage. So now you get married. You get married, and the person is spendthrift.
Hey.
But when they were spending in dating, you won't pay attention.
And then sometimes it gets so bad. One of them would be the one who is the saver, if you want to use it like that. They have to be hiding from the spouse.
Yeah, but listen, by the way, wait,
Go ahead.
I want you to think about this one enough before, because I'm going to show you how the delusion of dating that you have to pay attention to. When they were spending the money on you, you say, he loved me. She loved me. Oh. Me. Honey.
Weekend they're going out.
Honey, you buy this for me. Honey, you love me. Oh, I can't believe you love me so. Honey, you take me to this place. God, I beg. You are spoiling me. When they buy the expensive cologne, oh my God. You love me so. Now you get married. The spending ain't stop. Then you start to think, no, hey, sweetheart, you spending too much.
Now that would be confusion.
Wait
That is
a
not allowed.
minute. Here the question coming now. You come home, you buy something. Here the question. How much for that? You are not asking how much for that before, you know. You are not asking how much for that before. You go out now and you go to the same restaurant and now you check in. Oh, this is too expensive. But you're eating. It's the same thing you ate before, but now you're paying attention. Listen.
So much money.
No. Listen, my dear wife. This thing is serious now. You see, because if I don't show people how the dating phase is and the marital phase to show how these things come, you are building a life. So now you get married. Now you are there and you are saying this you're spending too much, but they were lavishing you all year and you didn't mind.
Yeah.
And now you get married, you turn it into a problem. Now, the truth is, there might be a problem. Because if the person is spendthrift, you simply realize that the house will go broke.
But you know with that, my dear husband, if the spending stops, let's say one spouse complain about the spending now, the other spouse is going to feel unloved. It's like all of a sudden he don't want to, she don't want to, and they are going to start
That
to
can
feel
happen
unloved.
too.
Yeah.
That can happen
Feel
too.
unloved.
But you got to discuss these things together. Because you're going to build a life. Can I build a life with this person? And financial security is important. So you want to make sure that in your financial scope that you have paid attention to certain things. I'm not saying to enjoy your dating life, but understand that money is a very big factor.
The conversation.
And you need to have the conversation when you get married. You need to be aware of your emotional response to money. How do you handle finances? Some persons, as soon as it comes, it's gone. You understand? And when you become married now, you want to make sure that you check out the strength when it comes to the finances. Who might be more financially wise and stronger? That is the person you want to make sure that you have proper discussion with. And in some cases, you have to submit your will to them for the stability of the home. Because if there's no money in the home, you're going to have a problem.
And then also with that now, my dear husband, another thing that does happen with that, let's say that the wife, I'm picking on them, but it's okay. Let's say that the wife is, and the husband would come, and he would just take everything that he owns when he gets his salary, and he puts it in his wife's hand.
Yeah.
But when he wants $10,
Oh my.
he have to go down on his hands and knees and beg his wife for that.
Turn upside down?
Yeah.
Yeah, some people can be brutal. You have to be careful.
You have to.
You are dealing with adults and their financial independence is important.
Of course. So, yeah, you don't want to, the man don't work. But and this is, again, even with this now, and this would come in another program at some point, but this is where now we're budgeting, my dear husband, can come in.
Yeah.
You know, you set that out and then, okay.
Financial management.
Yeah, your husband have to go to work. Maybe he's driving, he's going to need gas for the whole month to go to work. If it means that he have a 500 guilders in his hand to last him for the rest, I'm just saying. You understand me? But budget wisely enough so you can know how. So he shouldn't have to be even coming to you, to say, I want it. I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes it may be necessary, but that he come or that she comes. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I build a life with the person? It's an important thing. You have to look at how the person is socialized. There are some persons that are very social, but the spouse pull them down. It's the time we go to environment, the face alone. We'll talk about that next week. How do a person handle stress? The stress of life. Do they lash out regardless of? We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
Whether the person is responsible or not, we'll talk about that next week. Whether the person believes in growth and development or they're just stagnant, we'll talk about that next week when we come. Now, if you're listening to us in the comment section, let us know where you're listening to us from. We would love to know that because, no, we can't talk about that next week. I'm sorry.
Not
I'm
next
sorry.
week.
We have a special guest that we are going to have next week from Ghana. He's going to share with you next week. Next week, 23rd. No? Could you believe it?
Yeah, Sunday Father's Day is the 21st.
Yeah, next week is 23rd. So I have a friend of mine all the way in Ghana, and that friend is going to come. He's going to call in, and he's going to be sharing with us. He's a marriage counselor. He has written books on this topic, and he have a new book that is out, and I'm excited to have him on the program next week, so that he can share with you, with us, all of us, on tips pertaining to marriage. So he will come and he will share. So keep your ears open for that, the 23rd. But when we come back the next time and we're here, we are going to continue this topic so you can understand. And we haven't forgotten an established topic that we give, It's just that we thought that this one is important for now, because we have not been speaking to our singles a lot. But we did talk about how do you deal with a difficult spouse. We haven't forgotten it. We're just giving you this one for now. So we'll revisit that at some point. All right? Now, my people, we have come to the end of our program for today. My dear wife, you want to give... Oh, the New Testament Baptist Church, we do not have any service for this week. But Sunday the 21st, which is Father's Day, you're invited to join us. Our service begins at 10 in the morning. And if you don't have a home church, you want to be a part, you come and join us. We'll be happy to have you. Amen? Any closing remarks?
Yeah, so for me here, I just want to say to our listeners, thank you so much again. We say it all the time, and we're going to express again, Uncle Peter and praise Faith FM. Thank you so much for tuning in, for always being here, for listening. Our folks in...
Go ahead, you keep talking.
We have our listeners in of course, right here in St. Martin, the United States. Thank you so much for listening. Guadeloupe, of course, we thank you so much for being here with us today. Thank you for spending the moment with us. And we are looking forward to next week, by God's grace, with you. So for now, as I was going to say, for this moment, for our single people, go back again, listen. And for those who are listening on Faith FM, for those of you who are listening online, the information, you can always... Uncle Peter, we don't yet do... where they can go back and listen. No, we don't have that yet.
We
haven't uploaded it yet.
We haven't uploaded it as yet.
We have the program. We're busy working on that.
Okay. So very soon you'll be able to go back, but save the information. You can. These are things that you can discuss with your youth group. You understand me?
You can always go on the YouTube page, Marriage and More, and you can always listen it there.
Yeah, and what I'm saying also, you can. These are discussions you can have now. Because sometimes churches don't touch these things. So now these are things that you can maybe take to your youth leaders, your girlfriends, be it on your job, or wherever you are. That's for our single people. All right, and make use of the information now that we are presenting it to you. Make use of it, because they're needful and necessary as you move on to that phase in life. And then for the rest of you, for the rest of us who are married, continue to enjoy your marriage and continue to have good conversations, open communications, have discussions, even among things that we talked about here today. Some things you probably have not yet talked about or haven't spoken about in a long time. Raise it up, and just let us have good, healthy communication so we can be able to relate to each other in a loving way. Until then, see you next week.
Amen. So my people, thank you so much. Again, I want to express our gratitude for all of you who showed up for the march on Sunday evening. We value and appreciate that. Thank you so much. It has been a wonderful delight for us being with you right here on your number one gospel radio station, faithfmonline.com. or 97.1. We always say tune in. We always have something special for you. This has been another delightful time with the Marriage and More program. We are going to be with you again next week by the grace of God. We do have a special person going to be calling in and sharing with us on marital tips. Reverend Jonas is going to be with us next week. He's a good friend of mine, and I am delighted to have his voice introduced to St. Martin. And by the grace of God, God allows he might be here in person one day. All right, so stay locked in. You are going to be blown away with his insight as he share on marriage. Until then, remember, you're only going to get the marriage that you work for. So work for the one that you want. And my single people, this program is just for you. So be very mindful and work towards the one that you want. I'll see you next week, 12:30. God bless you nicely.